Okay, so today we have an interesting video. This is going to be the comparison of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus to its own cousin, the Samsung Galaxy Book Pro. Not necessarily to see if they are different or whether they're different or by how much they are different, but instead to kind of highlight some of the main differences that you should consider if you are in the market for either one of these. And believe me, I'm making this because some of you asked for it. So let's go ahead and jump in. Now, I really do like making videos like this one, specifically because it's suggested by many of you in the comment section, and also because I'm hoping that it's going to help your purchasing decision. And by the way, I actually already made full review videos on these these two devices, so if you want more details, you can always go ahead and check out those videos at the end of this one. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here with the tablet. It's a Pro tablet, the best possible tablet you can get on the Android platform at the moment, and that is indeed the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus on one side here, and on the other side you have its own cousin, the Galaxy Book Pro, which is indeed more of a laptop, precisely an ultrabook. They are two completely different form factors, and they're also different in size, despite the Galaxy Book Pro being extremely thin and light for a laptop. In fact, I personally put these two in the same category in terms of portability, not necessarily because they weight the exact same, but instead because the difference in terms of weight is so small, it's very, very negligible. So the Galaxy Book Pro, is boasting a 13.3 inches AMOLED display with a resolution of 1920 by 1080 on that 16 by 9 aspect ratio. And I gotta tell you, it's just plain beautiful for an ultrabook. Now, I should also note that it has a refresh rate that is locked at 60 Hz. And another key thing to add here is that it is simply not as bright as the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7, especially outside, under direct sunlight. Yeah, inside, in the dark, beautiful screen. When you take it out, that glare, I don't know what type of coating they have there. It's just not good outside under direct sunlight. Well, at least compared to the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus, which is pushing a Super AMOLED display with 1752 by 2800 for the resolution, with high refresh rate at up to 120 Hz. It is just awesome. Just like the Galaxy Book Pro, you get a very high level of contrast. AMOLED displays are very well known for, especially with blacks and reds, and image or picture quality is simply top notch. In terms of display, of course, I would certainly go for the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus hands down. But still, the display on that Galaxy Book Pro is just so beautiful, especially again for a laptop or for a ultrabook. Anyway, so if you were to go for the Galaxy Book Pro, it would afford you, if you go for the base model, you'll begin 256 gigs of internal storage, that's SSD, and that's comboed with 8 gigs of RAM. Very nice multitasking experience for sure. On the other hand, even though there is a model with 8 gigs of RAM available for the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus, the base model, which is what I have here, is loaded with 6 gigs of RAM along with 128 gigs of internal storage, expandable via micro SD card, of course. So in terms of base internal storage, you get a little less on the tablet here. And before I forget, if this is your first time visiting, well, welcome to the channel, of course. If you do like the content so far, I certainly appreciate that. Please do me a huge favor, hit both the like and the subscribe button there. It's a tremendous boost to this channel, and again, I truly appreciate that. All right, so let's get back to this comparison here. The Tab S7 Plus is boasting a Snapdragon 865 Plus, which is a very powerful chipset. You do have Android 11 loaded on here, along with One UI 3.1 as the skin sitting on top of it. And this processor, along with the other specs, will truly allow you to ramp up productivity on this tablet. Definitely a productivity machine if you want to make it one. Anywhere from light, medium to heavy level of productivity, it is really going to power through even editing videos, right? Depending on how large the videos or the type of video quality, you should be able to do a good amount of editing on this tablet. Now, I'm not saying that this is a full replacement, like a full computer replacement, but it's powerful enough to do a ton of things in a way where some people actually don't necessarily need to go ahead and buy a computer. They just complete all of their tasks on this tablet. This Galaxy Book Pro, on the other hand, is running the 11th gen Intel Core i5 processor on here, and we are looking at 2.4 gigahertz for speed, and that can actually turbo boost it at up to 4.2 gigahertz. That is pretty neat. So you do have the opportunity to push performance even further. So with the Galaxy Book Pro here, and since it scores slightly higher than the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus on Geekbench, you will definitely have a little bit of an advantage with some tasks and projects, especially the ones that will be pulling a little bit more of that, multi-thread processing power, right? Now, as far as the battery goes, Samsung advertises 21 hours for the Galaxy Book Pro, but I'm hitting just a little bit over half of that with my usage type. And for the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus on the other side, it is definitely hitting less than the Galaxy Book Pro. But then again, it will depend on your type of usage. Obviously, we don't have the same type of usage, so you may see more or less in terms of battery life. So you have to keep that in mind. It's very subjective. Let's go ahead now and highlight a few other things, a few other features, starting with, the quad speaker setup that you have on the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. When you compare that to what's offered on the Galaxy Book Pro, there's such a major difference. Now you have to keep in mind the Book Pro has speakers that are shooting, that are firing downward. So when you have that sitting on the desk, the speakers are actually shooting against, that flat surface, as opposed to the quad speaker setup on the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus that are shooting through the sides. So in terms of sound or audio quality, the Tab S7 Plus definitely takes this. There is a physical fingerprint sensor on the Book Pro, and in my opinion, it works faster than the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor found on the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. Now, as far as cameras go, it's not even fair. The Galaxy Tab S7 just has top flagship cameras on it, whereas on the Book Pro, you have the Galaxy Book Pro, you only have that 720, so you can't even compare. The cameras on the Tab S7 Plus are just better by a mile. The S7 Plus obviously is a tablet, so beyond using your fingers, you also do have a dedicated stylus that is loaded with a ton of features that you won't necessarily be able to find on the Book Pro. On the other hand, the Galaxy Book Pro comes loaded with its own dedicated backlit keyboard, and it is pretty well built when compared to the extra keyboard or the official keyboard offered for the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus, which, by the way, you have to pay extra for. But then again, you always have the option to go for a third-party keyboard to use for your Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. The other key thing to highlight with the Galaxy Book Pro is that it has a very diverse set of ports, like the HDMI port, the USB Type-C port, the Thunderbolt, the headphone jack, and the USB Type-A. All very nice ports to have versus the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus, which only has a USB Type-C. And before you go in the comment section and say that, well, with the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus, all you got to do is just get like a hub of different ports and use that. Yeah, I know that for sure. I just think it's important to highlight that the Tab S7 Plus only has one port, as opposed to the Ultrabook here, the Galaxy Book Pro, that has multiple ports. Anyway, so I don't want this video to be too long, since I'm just highlighting some key differences, and with that being said, here's a quick summary. The Galaxy Book Pro will offer you a full laptop experience, and even though it's not going to give you kind of that top-notch pro laptop level of productivity or level of performance, you do get quite a few things to consider here, especially if you are someone who's always on the go. It is a super light tablet. It has great performance, especially for the price and for that build. The Galaxy Tab S7 Plus, on the other hand, is also a very well built machine for productivity, right? It's a great tablet, and with the help of Samsung DeX, it will offer you something really close to a laptop experience, even if it's not at the same level as the Galaxy Book Pro. And with that said, the Tab S7, being a tablet, is very focused, right? Very app focused. It has a way of working that is very streamlined to make very optimal use of apps that you use it for. And when you're on the go, it enables you to do things in a very streamlined fashion, to complete your tasks with the help of very focused applications and all of the other amazing features that both the Samsung S Pen and the tablet itself offer. So bottom line, just kind of make sure to weigh your pros and cons of getting one versus the other before making that purchasing decision. Either way, I'm hoping that this video was informative. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to share this if you know anyone who will be interested. I'm going to catch you in the comment section. I'm also going to catch you in the next video like I always do. And up until that next video, of course, stay safe out there.